our game now, and we're going to be spawning in with a Wolfe on the HVA side here. But let's take it away, shall we? So
yeah, it looks like it's going to be Wolfe and Mags. Wolfe being an AR here, and Mags by
Also
my
an
2 AR setup.
yeah,
First time that we saw 2 AR setup on stream today, actually, now that I say that.
I think Comfy and Wally are also using 2 ARs here. Yeah, there's 4 4s on the map. This is very interesting. Although you will see, they're getting the early kills very easily. Already flipped those spawns. You've got Magnumz and Wolfe already spawning out. Although, as I say that, Magnumz is going to get that split spawn. So they're going to see if they can turn this into something with a big pinch here. It looks like it's spawning, but...
Yeah, for the time being, the rest of this time looks like it's gonna go the way of Wolfe as Magnum starts to push out the spawns. You see, he started to push back a bit to make sure his team got the better spawns, but then push forwards to watch this rotation of players, you know, making their move 2p2. I thought that was really smart for him.
Exactly. You're going to see the contest coming in from corners against Wolfe there in the hardpoint. Magnumz, like we said, already on that rotation. So now it's just a 1v1 Wally versus Magnumz. Wolfe gets that kill in the old hardpoint. He's going to try and cut off Wally, but gets taken out. Magnumz might get caught in a two-piece here. If Wally can push up, he does. You're going to see Wolfe getting that spawn in the far right side of that mini-map. Full team spawns back there, so now it's just Wally against the world for, you know, all intents and purposes. One of the companies nowhere to be found. Quick trade comes in, but this time going to Wolfe and Magnumz here with that early rotation. Yeah. Keep getting the early kills too.
And with the number 5 of Wolfe spawning back there, he knows that, you know, these players of Wally and corners are not in the hill, right? They're going to be pushed in front of the hill since he had already spawned as far back as he did on P2. You know, and as we say that, with 10 seconds to go, you'd expect teams start rotating here to P3, which we do, and corners has the early setup. With next interaction with Wolfe is gonna happen. Wolfe manages to get out with his life, but that's short-lived as corners does get the intro kill.
I was gonna say, it's very interesting to see where Wolfe would have spawned after that death to corners, because he actually did get that split spawn, spawning back wood. So you kind of had the potential for a pinch if Wolfe could stay alive, but this is one I said, like I said, one of those very scrappy hard points. Maybe if CornersAreComfy and Wally can get a setup going, you can get a lot of time here, but no one really seems to be able to hold it for more than, you know, 5 to 10 seconds, and that's why you're not seeing a lot of time being put on the board right now.
Definitely, and I think to the point of it being a 2 AR setup on both teams, I know for sure Corners is my AR player on Tuesday nights. Wally, another solid AR player of the league. I'm surprised that there's an AR in the hands of Magnumz. I'm familiar with him playing sub most often in 8s, but it's gonna be interesting to see if weapons do switch the hands of these players as we progress through the map.
Yeah, it's gonna be definitely, like you said, interesting to see. I do want to point out that Wally and Corners got the last 30 seconds on that bottom point hard point, and they have the early rotation, so they're getting this initial time. Gonna see the assassination coming from Wally against Magnumz. Wolfe gets taken out. That's another, you know, although it's 15 seconds into the hard point, this is basically all gone the way of Wally and Corners.
Huge 2-piece for Wally. We are gonna have a split spawn here, though, for Wolfe and Magnumz, as both players. No, Wolfe does not. We have a 1v1 here now as the players contest. Wolfe is taken out by Corners. Magnum knows that both players are gonna be on this wood side of hill, and Magnum.
See, right there, and Magnumz actually gets a very massive 2-piece. He's gonna hopefully, with that 2-piece, should be getting the last 20 seconds of that hard point. But I actually disagree with the play that came in from Wally right there. Once Corners had his back, I would have liked to have seen him push up so that they didn't lose those gunfights so easily, because you're standing there with no cover. Unfortunately for Wolfe and Magnumz here, though, they're nowhere near the new hard point. Granted, CornersAreComfy is going to be spawning, you know, going to be on the backside of them anyways on that top part of the map, but there's no setup here early for either team, and it's going to show because the first 15 seconds isn't going to anyone.
And Corners with a huge 2-piece that allows Wally to set up in hill, and now because both players on this side of the hill, and obviously now that Magnumz hit some shots on Wally, they know that these two players, and Wolfe and Magnumz, are going to be spawning on the far side of the hill. So just, at this point, both players watching their lanes and feeding those interactions as pushes come through are going to allow them to get, likely, honestly, the last 20 of this hill. I'd imagine Or as I say that,
As
Magnum
we
does
say that,
push for the
yeah.
15.
And the spawn is going to come on the other side of the map. So the last 20 should be going to Magnumz and Wolfe. I would, at this point, honestly, like to see a little something different regarding weapon, like, loadout-wise. I'd like to see someone here pull out a submachine gun in this interplane. Not really great for an assault rifle here. You're going to see some trades going back and forth between Wolfe and Wally. Wally was the last man standing, taken out by Magnumz. Now it's just really, can Corners contest this hard point, which it looks like he's going to attempt to do here, waiting for backup from Wally.
Yeah, he does. He is not able to get the kill in the mag. But what I want to notice and point out is that both players on the side of Wally and Corners do have over a minute in the hill already as we get through this first rotation of hills, and that's put them up by 40 points after the first rotation of hills. So they've done a good job of not only breaking the hill, getting the kills that they need to effectively set up and trade, but also maintain that time. And as you know, we say that they also have the better spawns of P2, as Magnumz and Wolfe will spawn out back that wood side of the plane.
And you're gonna see Wally make a play for the spawns. Actually on a 4 streak at this moment right now. He got a 2-piece, I want to say, in the back here where he's currently located on Wolfe and Magnum, so that gave his teammate the spawn. Now you're going to see him holding this top spin area. This is one of those power positions I was talking about. Wolfe is going to take him out, making this a 2-on-1 in the hardpoint, 4 corners, and Wally spawns on the opposite side of the map. So this next 15 seconds or so should be going to Wolfe and Magnumz here, and you see Magnumz in that hardpoint soaking up all that time, a minute 15 in the hardpoint.
Yeah, and what Wolfe did there is he looked back at the very back of P2 and said, oh, they didn't spawn there. They definitely spawned in front of us. Look, crates. So they set up their line of sight. And here, as the pushes came in, they were able to get the 2 kills as they came in.
Yeah, and you saw Wolfe get another 2 kills there. You're going to see he's on a 3 streak right now, holding this cross. This is such a crucial part for him to hold right now, because if he was able to get that kill onto Wally, then they get another 15 seconds on that hard point. Unfortunately, they're both going to fall there, and this time is going to be soaked up by Wally. But absolutely great plays, playing the proper cutoffs. And I actually really like this play. I want to see them both push the person who's going to be in that new hill CornersAreComfy, because they know it's 2-on-1. They know that Wally is back at the old hard point here. But they're going to take a little bit too much time, I think, and Wally's going to come pick up Magnumz. And now it's just really a game of chicken, because this hard point is so hard to get a lot of time on here.
Yeah, and there's enough time has passed since the second hill that players at this point are not sure where spawns are coming in. And as we say that, Wally with a huge 2-piece on the hill to get time back for their team on a 5 streak. Yeah, 22 and 13 with them over a minute 45 on the hill. And again, this is where we're seeing, you know, obviously both teams are AR, you know, duos, but AR heavy hill, you know, seems to be a meta here, as Corners does get another 2-piece with his AR. All day today, it seems like the ARs have been slaying out in hill, and that's fascinating to me.
Yeah, certainly seems that way. And I actually I want to point out the play that Wally made there. You know, back before once he finally got that on that 5 streak and he got the 2 kills in the hard point, he actually wraps all the way around the plane towards that left side on the map in the bottom corner there, to make sure that not only is there no one going to be behind them, but also that they had the spawns for this. Unfortunately, you know, 20 seconds goes by, some kills happen, and you're not going to see them hold those spawns into this hard point. But it was a really intelligent play, and I wanted to make sure that that was known, that Wally makes a play. He actually is going to make another play, gets that second kill in the hard point, giving them the next 10 seconds or so of this time. And it seems like this is just back and forth right now. Wally and CornersAreComfy up by a little under 40 right now, but this lead should be extending.
Yep, and with 20 seconds left here on the hill, you see one of Wally pushing up pretty far. Yeah, he pushed up a little bit too far. Wolfe spawned out on the better side of P5 here, so now Wolfe is going to have these spawns for this P2 side, as he does not get the 2-piece taken out by Corners, but fortunately Magnumz is still able to maintain the spawns for their team heading into
Yeah, no, this is a really important hill. The initial time on this hill is really going to matter for Wolfe and Mags here, because they can lose on this hardpoint. They certainly can't win it, but they can lose it on this hardpoint if Corners and Wally get on this time here. Corners hit a huge flank here. Not gonna finish that kill. Magnumz makes a massive kill right there, and you're gonna see, look how far Wally's spawning on the second hardpoint for all intents and purposes.
Magnumz with a second one.
yeah, Magnumz is making the plays right now. Cannot be understated enough how important these kills are. And they look at how much closer this game is now. They've gotten almost all 40 seconds that have passed on this hardpoint so far. Wally and Corners are pushing one at a time. There's no teamwork coming in here right now, and that's if you want to break this hill, what you need to do is they need a 2-push Magnumz, get him out of that power position, and then they can focus on Wolfe. But they're just doing the exact opposite of that, and you're going to see for a second there, Wolfe and Mags actually almost tied in objective time, both at a minute 40 plus. Teamwork is making the dream work, and the game is almost tied now.
Right, and as we contest on Wally, I'm going to see if they wall bang. No, so time is contested for the time being. Corners and Wally do have the spawns for P2, and at this point, nobody with. As we take the clock down, we are likely going to see another P2, and so we need to keep an eye out on our mini map to see what players on which team are going to be spawning on that better side of P2, on that right side of the mini map. And as we say that,
just spawned there.
Wolfe does, yeah. So Wolfe is going to have the. He's gonna be pushing up, but it looks like Magnumz is likely going to get the early setup for this team, and Wally takes out Wolfe and Hill.
Yeah, and Wolfe spawns out now. Wolfe spawns out. Wolfe over-challenged a little bit. Wally pushed up on the challenge because he knew that he could flip spawns if Corners got that kill. This is big contention time for Wolfe. It's 5 seconds, so it doesn't seem like too much. But when the other team is only 10 points away from winning it, those 5 seconds can make a huge difference of another push here. You're going to see now, Corners in the hill, going to get taken out.
Wow,
Both
this
of them
could be
go
it.
down. This could be it. You're right. It's the other team spawning on the opposite side of the map. Have to run essentially the Lord of the Rings gambit here. And you're going to see Wolfe does it taken out, corner to corner in the plane. Both of them go down. It's all on Wolfe. Wolfe is
they're
the
still
only
spawning
person.
back there, though.
Now
Split
Magnumz
spawns coming up.
Magnumz spawns out. And if Magnumz does not get a 2-piece right now, that's the game here. It's all on Magnumz. Can he
He's
make
gonna catch
this
this one
happen?
player off.
No, they're too far away. That's going to do
I'm
it.
speechless. Oh
Corners.
gosh, that was so close.
What an absolute play there by Wolfe and to get that early rotation. But Wally waltzes in, says, "This is my time now," kicks them both out, sends them to the other side of the map, and that is going to make all the difference right there. Wally and Corners pick up that first map.
Yeah, between the P5, majority of that 60 seconds going to was it Magnumz and Wolfe. P1 was largely contested with some of that time going to Wally and Corners. But I was surprised to see how much the spawns were switching out on that P2 side. I really did think that if Corners and Wolfe could take one more surge, one more push of spawns to that P2 hill, they had this in the bag. But unfortunately, they couldn't do that.
Yeah, it was. But you know what? What a great first map. That was honestly. I'm very excited for this Garrison map next. But I do know that we have a replay of the assassination.
Corners has an AR.
It looks like Wally has an AR on his back as well. I'm interested to see if so we do have Wolfe running
Wolfe,
SMG
okay.
74U. I was gonna say I'd be interested to see if we see a Krig on this map, Krig XM4 combo, because the XM4 is a little bit more of a mid-range, but it doesn't seem like it. We're gonna have a big 2-piece right there actually from Corners to get the extra on this. You're gonna see the first 10 seconds almost uncontested, and it looks like Wally and Corners are they just know exactly where Mags and Wolfe are coming from, and they're not having any issues right now taking these gunfights.
Yeah, it seems like they're comfortable allowing each other to, oh gosh, Wolfe, as we say that, coming through the huge 2-piece. At this point, they know that they force spawns out back light. Yeah, but both teams seems to be very comfortable in their setups, letting the players watch those lines of sight and get the time and hill as necessary.
And I'm interested to see if Wolfe sticks with this SMG with the 74U here, or if maybe his having the SMG will cause Wally or Corners to pull out an assault rifle. But you're going to see Wally, Corners, Wally's the first one to rotate, and you're going to see Corners getting into that top green area. This is such a difficult hard point to break without any utility. And at this point, players are very close to earning trophy systems. As I say that, Magnumz gets that huge first kill, but he's going to get traded out. Now it's all on Wolfe. Wolfe's looking like he's comfortable just contesting here, which, again, this isn't a situation I exactly agree with. I think he should have pushed for that kill off Wally. But again, Corner's going to get taken down. Now it's all just Wally Gonna go top green.
Body shots coming through, looks like.
It looked like a little bit of body shot. Could have also been just him hitting the body instead of the person on the staircase. You never know, but looks like Wally is on a 5-kill streak, holding down this hard point like it is his house. He does not want any intruders to come in, and it is quite impressive right now, just the way that Wally is holding these angles. I didn't even know that was an angle, but he's finally gonna get taken down.
Number 6, you'll see Corners is doing what he can to get this early setup and rotation. He gets the one in here out of Wolfe. And number 5 knows that there's the second one's in mid. Corner's gonna be looking at this dark side to see if a push comes through. Likely going to turn the second he doesn't see.
Spawns flipped.
Spawns flipped.
Spawns flipped, and Wolfe is gonna get a free shot in the back, and now it's all on Wally here. Maybe also trying to flip the spawns yet again, but you see, this is such a this is another one of those really hard points to break. But a nade kill from Wally is gonna set that up to set up the break here, and Wolfe spawns in the back, gets another free kill. Magnumz gets the final kill, and this should be the next 25 seconds. I think the Corners and Wally, they might have one more push here, but I don't think it's the rotation that they should be making.
Right, but even so, with that push through caution, it's likely, yeah, they're actually still spawning back there. So, Corners is going to get in this early setup again. He seems to be rotating pretty effectively for his team. Members of Magnumz and Wolfe are still spawning back that P3, and I believe that Corners and Wally are aware of that. So they likely are going to be setting up the lines here. Yeah.
Wolfe gets much time from Wally. He was holding that flat area and gave it up.
Oh, Wolfe ran out of ammo, unfortunately, there.
Yeah, but CornersAreComfy gets a huge 2-piece. He's on a 4 streak again. The streaks coming out of Corners and Wally are just absolutely out of this world. Wally's gonna get set up on that top tank, and this is gonna be really difficult now for Mags and for Wolfe, because now not only do you have these great shots coming out of Corners, as I say that, Mags gets a giant 2-piece, and it doesn't matter. They're in the hard point now, but my goodness gracious, this is just one of those back and forth games that I love to see.
As we keep saying, those 2 pieces are crucial when there's only 2 people, because then you know that the team is spawning way for, you know, the opposite side of the map for where you and your teammate are positioned. And so, you know, as we say that the last 5 seconds go in the way of Wally, Wolfe, Corners again set up on the early rotation. Now 3 hills in a row, he has managed to get spawns for his team and get the early times for the team.
Yeah, I'm interested. Oh my goodness. I was just about to say, I was wondering how the spawns would work. As I say that, Mags gets a spawn in the back. Doesn't get any kills, but does put a lot of damage into players. So that means Wolfe is going to have a bit of a free first kill. And now you've got Wally looking at this back area, and this can be dangerous. This can be a spawn trap if Wally and Corners play it right. So you got to really be on the lookout here if you're Mags and Wolfe. And like I said, Mags is gonna get 1. Wolfe is gonna fall. Mags gets 2, and this should be another, you know, free 10 seconds or so of hardpoint time, if not the next 10 as well. So, you know, although the Wally and Corners leading by a little over 40 right now, this is definitely still a very close game, and one hardpoint can really change the whole dynamic of this game.
Definitely, what I'm expecting is to be a bit scrappy. Somebody I am expecting Corners, since he's been getting early rotation, to get the P2 spawns for the team, and then we can see if that is, you know, if that's challenged at all by the likes of Mags or Wally for some more time there.
All this early time, this first 15 seconds or so, has been going to Corners. You're gonna see actually the objective time a little bit more uneven on the side of Wally and Corners, not sharing the time as much. Mags gets another gigantic 2-piece. Mags is in every situation where he needs to be clutch, has been clutching up, and it's something that you really love to see, because without Mags, this score might be, you know, 160 to 60. This could be a very drastically different game if it wasn't for Mags getting those crucial 2 pieces here.
Right, but even though, yeah, to your point, even though he's getting those 2 pieces, you're seeing that the Wally and Corners are out slaying. They're getting those early rotations. They are playing the hard point maybe more effectively than their competitors. But again, that could all certainly change here as we head into this P2 hill where Mags and Wolfe have the early setup.
Yeah, now I'm not sure if this was picked up off the ground, but I think Wolfe has switched to a XM4 as well. So maybe the submachine gun wasn't working out for him. Yep, it looks like either, yeah, he picked up the XM4 there. So Wolfe definitely, maybe the submachine gun just wasn't working for him. So you're going to see that AR come out. Mag's left alone in the hard point. Can he get another one of those crucial 2 pieces that he's going to play all game? This score, again, it's hovering around that 40 mark, and it seems like that's pretty content. Corners and Wally are pretty content with having it hover on that 40 mark.
Corners.
That 2 piece.
Sees the shot coming from Wolfe. It's all the information he needs to turn around and snap on Wolfe as he mantles over.
And that's going to be another free 20 seconds. Now, Mags and Wolfe give up that 20 seconds. Don't even want to contest it. Don't want to try and go for one more push because they don't want to lose spawns. So this hardpoint hold is crucial. This next 60 seconds is really going to determine how Mags and Wolfe get broken here and lose spawns. And this is not going to be good for them. As I say that, Corners gets 1, but Mags gets a trade with a no. Mags gonna fall in the hard point, and Wolfe not able to get the trade. So now it's a 2-on-1 in the hard point. Mags spawns out. This is exactly what I was worried about. Comfy on a 5-kill streak. It's looking really, really rough right now for Mags and Wolfe here, unless they can get a quick break.
Yeah, and I would say that it may work in their favor here to get an early rotation, but the hills are so close that wouldn't necessarily even make sense here. Yeah, the retake still going the way of Wally and Corners. Magnumz likely will be looking at caution here for the push, or it.
No,
as I say that.
It looks like Wolfe has that, yeah. But the issue here is not so much the rotations, but it's the rotations that are early, but also losing a little bit too early in the hard point. When you can't give up the last 20 seconds of a hard point and then only get the next one, the first point to the next one. You know what I mean? Because once that happens, you know, if you're giving up scrap time and only getting some of the initial, it's very difficult to win a game that way. And it looks like Wally and Corners are showing off why that is, because although Mags and Wolfe again rotated a little early, unfortunately Mags gonna fall to a trophy system there, but although they rotated early, it doesn't seem to be affecting the scoreline too much.
And I want to point out that this is only a 249 or less now if they get all the time. So we will see another P5. The spawns, yeah, another scrappy hill, and the spawns with Wolfe on top. I think that they might actually, yeah, they're still spawning storage, and so number 1 of Magnumz is on the new hill early on here.
Very surprising that Magnumz did not elect to try and find where that trophy system was, considering it killed him once and then did more damage to him in the next life. But you're going to see Wally gets a little bit of a flank there, picks up 1, picks up 2, and the spawns are going to be in the back for Mag and Wolfe. But if Corners can hold that brick side to his right, then this might all be over, because it's only 9 seconds left, and Mags gets taken out by a nade, and now it's all on Wolfe. Wolfe needs to get 2 here.
Oh, the timing there.
Doesn't get a second.
Got him. Okay.
And that's going to do it. Wolfe and Mags get shut down yet again. This one a little bit less close than the first one, but absolutely phenomenal play out of the Corners. And this is the kind of hard play you love to see.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you again. In every single series we've seen the one player on some of these